I'm Kitthesoulless, and this is another vlog. And I will give you a disclaimer because I've had some people say that they don't like to hear me rant. So this is going to be a little ranty. And this, people, is all about metagaming, or not so much metagaming, but power gaming. Now, I do recognize that there are always going to be people out there who go into a game and try to find a character that can become nigh invincible. However, if you're doing this in a single-player game, good on you. It's all yours. Go right ahead. But when people come into games like Dark Souls, where you can invade somebody and essentially try to go out and piss people off, it becomes a dick move to do, and when you're in a game where you are intentionally, sorry about that, pardon the itch, if you're in a game where you're intentionally going up against other people in a, hold on, let me get comfy. If you're intentionally going into a game where your main focus is to fight with other people and give a sporting attempt to defeat the other team, and you do it on a game like that, at that point, you've kind of forfeit your ability to say you're a good player at all. Because I'm sorry, here's a good example. And there's actually millions of good examples out there, like in COD, running around with a rocket launcher to get kills. You're not good. You're taking advantage of the fact that, yes, that is a rocket launcher. It is usually designed specifically to kill aerial, or air support. If you're running around, especially when it's not the RPG-7. The RPG-7 is made for people, not air support. But everything else is air support based. I remember back in the day when I was playing Call of Duty, I think it was Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2. There's this guy I saw that was running around with the very first rocket you could get, and yeah, you could dry fire it. You could just fire it at random at a person, but it was a lock-on system, meaning it was designed for shooting at vehicles. Well, this guy was running around, had Scavenger on, which meant he could run around, shoot, walk over to the person he killed, get another rocket, run around, shoot, rinse and repeat. He got 12 kills, and then started telling everybody in the lobby when the game ended that they sucked and he was better than everybody else. Especially, here's the thing. I was in that game and I got I think it was 17 or 18 kills and no deaths with a sniper rifle. That takes skill. What he was doing took none. By the way, he got about 15 deaths. So, and sorry, I know I was about to say 50, but no, he got about 15 deaths too. He was my primary target. I think I popped him like 6 times. More recently, though, here's another good example. In the game Smite, there is a character, she's a mage called Soul. Now, you can take Soul and you can play her legit, and try to win, which is commendable as all fuck. She's a speedy little fighter. She's one of the only one of the only mages that's designed to have freaking speedy as the hell attacks. And she's got a good area of effect. However, if you build her up to max out her cooldown, you can make her completely indestructible. And when I say completely indestructible, she has an ability that usually has like a 5-second cooldown that negates all damage and spits out a little tail of fire behind her as she melts her form down and essentially becomes this little orb of energy. It's designed for quick escapes, people. But if you if you raise your cooldown all the way up to 40, you can use it every 1.5 seconds. Which means you use it, Pop. 1. Use it again. Pop. 1. Use it again. Which means they literally have, or the enemies literally have a 1.5 second window to hit you with anything. And you can continuously use that. And the worst part is, the little tail of fire it spits, it does some decent damage. So there are players that will sit there and use it constantly and just ring themselves around enemies. I mean, guys, seriously. If it's a fight to the death, play dirty. But if it's a game where it's supposed to be fun for everybody and it is technically considered a sport of any kind, like if there's a score involved, if there's teams, if there's an objective, by doing that, you are not doing anything. You're not a good player. And saying you're good for doing that just makes everybody in the gaming community laugh at you. For one specific reason. When you create a character specifically so it can't die, you're taking away your opponent's ability to play the game. There's no way for them to fight back. There's no way for them to do anything, which means you've essentially God-moded yourself. That's the equivalent of... let's put it this way. That's the equivalent of a player in soccer being allowed to pick up the ball and then say that no one's allowed to come within 20 feet of them and walk over and throw the ball into the goal. See what I mean? That's a 5-year-old playing a game and then making up rules to win, essentially. Now, winning legit, that's one thing. Winning like that, in my eyes at least, and I know it's in the eyes of pretty much every gamer out there, if you have to do that to win, you're not a good gamer. And the best part is, the people who actually do this tend to shit talk too. It just makes you look stupider. Or more stupider. However the hell you want to say it. It really just makes you look like an immature little 5-year-old who shouldn't be playing the game. But I digress. Seriously, if you're playing like this, don't play in a game with any other people. Play on your own. Play against bots. Because if you really need God mode to win at a game, then you're not ready to play against other people. And saying that you are, or saying that you're good in any way by essentially God moding, yeah. Think about that for just a second, folks. Saying you are good because you have God mode. Let's try this, people. Say this with me. Or say this out loud. I'm a good player. I'm good at games because I can never die. Or actually, better yet, let's say it this way. I'm good at video games because I can cheat. That's really all it is, people. And honestly, why I am ranting like this is because recently I've noticed there's a lot of players who do this kind of thing. They essentially try to create a character that's unkillable, who can just sit there and pick away at your health, tiny bit by tiny bit, and you can never hurt them at all. Never. And I've actually tested this out too. I had a buddy of mine fight me in a match with Soul and get the 2 easiest to get cooldown items that bring you up to 40. Sorry about that. 40 cooldown. He stood up for 25 minutes without ever taking damage. And that was with me trying my damage with my best character. Because I couldn't time it right. Because here's the more interesting part about that ability of hers. She can turn it on and off whenever she wants. Which means she can ride it out through the full, I think, 3 seconds of the ability, Or she can pop it on and then off within 2 seconds, within, not even that, a millisecond of each other. So you never know when she's going to actually pop out of it. Yeah. That's not strategy, folks. It's not you being good at a game. It's you essentially admitting that you need, well, for lack of a better word, you need training wheels. So, anyways. I say this to everybody who plays like this. Honestly, I've already said that, but still, I'll say it again. Honestly, if that's how you play, don't play with other people. Because that's just going to piss people off at you. And if you play like that with your friends, you're going to find yourself alone when it comes to video games. You're going to be that dude in his basement wanting to play like a multiplayer game with his friends and finding out none of them are going to let you. Because you will forever be that dude who cheats to win and then trash talks everybody else for not being able to cheat as good as him. Anyways, hey Luna, yes, I know you are being depressed too. Luna! Hey. Do gamers like that depress you too? I think gamers like that depress my puppy too. Sneezed on me. Anyways, I guess that's all I can say for now, so for now, this is Kitthesoulless signing off. Later, everybody!